Hello, everybody. My name is Chris Blankenhorn. I was the Hawkins Walker 2020 Tech Director during the campaign. If you're someone who's watching this that's been a Green for a while, that's gone to our annual national meetings, you'll recognize me as someone who has done systems work in the party for a few years. I call this workshop that I'm doing today the Gospel of Michael Dennis. Michael Dennis was a good friend of mine who I served as national co-chair of the Green Party with. They really turned me on to systems, and then they actually got a job at one of the systems we're going to talk about today and had to kind of step back from the party because they couldn't be actively involved with the client, basically. So they have, majorly stepped back, and I've taken over kind of their role of pushing systems as a important and central thing that we need to be focusing on, especially as a grassroots party. A little bit about me. Like I said, I'm a former national co-chair. I'm from Springfield, Illinois. I'm a educator by trade, preschool teacher with a degree in political philosophy. And the secretary of the Illinois Green Party, an advisor to the senior advisor to the Young Eco-Socialists, which is the youth caucus of the Green Party. If you're under 35 and you aren't a member of the Young Eco-Socialists, I highly recommend you get involved. They're one of the really great parts of the party. All big national organizations can be kind of a mess sometimes. And in my youth, coming up in the party, the Young Eco-Socialists were a really good kind of safe space for me, a good home base that I could operate out of. So I definitely recommend people get involved with them, and you can find them at yesgp.org. Today's workshop is going to be on systems and tech for grassroots campaigns. And I think it's important that we, really think about Green campaigns as grassroots campaigns that are fundamentally different from the campaigns being ran by the Republicans and Democratic Party. From my few decades of political organizing, what I've learned is that the Republicans and Democrats generally aren't good campaigners. They just have a whole bunch of money, like a ridiculous. They raised $1 billion in the last presidential election, right? And that's just presidential. That's not even getting down the line. So it's just they just have a huge amount of money. If you look at the social media strategy of a major Republican or Democratic candidate, it's largely based on ads. They just pay and pay and pay and pay and pay and pay and pay. We can't do that. I'll be doing on June 6th, I'll be part of a workshop on campaign communications. Part of it will be kind of like press releases, reaching out to media, new, alternative, all that kind of stuff. And then part of it will shift and focus on social media. So we'll get, there will be a fuller deep dive on that. This is part of the Green Socialist Organizing Project's campaign trainings. We're coming into a midterm election cycle in 2022. Green campaigns are just getting underway. In Illinois, we start petitioning next week to get candidates on the ballot. So it's, we're starting off with systems because it's one of the really key things you need to have set up from day one. If otherwise, you're just going to have to redo the work. You're going to have to set them up eventually, and you're going to have to set them up when the train's moving, instead of having it all set up at, when you're getting in the formational stages of your campaign.